Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, I'll be talking about a new game that I just recently discovered. It just came out just a couple of days ago. It came out to Xbox. Game been out on PC for a while, but the game is Wartales. So, before we get into it and talk about the game and the other stuff you can do, I just want to remind that if we can get to 500 subscribers by November 12th, which we're really, really close, we'll be doing $25 gift card giveaway, right? So let's go and subscribe. We're almost there. We're really, really close. But let's get into the video. So Wartales is a tactical role-playing game where you as a player manage abandoned mercenaries and attempt to survive a fantasy world where, well, the place is recovering from a plague. To be honest, spent a little too much time in the past 2 days, you know, probably spending 20 or so hours playing. Especially yesterday, spent about 8 hours streaming, and I'll be streaming more of it, so do check it out. The link is down in the description. But in this game, you start off with 4 people, you know, depending what destiny you choose, you'll be able to pick. You can get up to more companions right now, and they have 11, but I know you can get up to like 20 or so. In this game, you can be, what's that? There you go. You can be more of like a cutthroat, like a bandit, and you'll be able to get stuff like this, like, that'll help you. Like, if you do a bunch of suspicious stuff, or when ambush against humans, or pick locks, you get the points for crime and chaos, and then you can get like, oh, you have less suspicion during theft, stuff like that. Or if you want to be like mysteries and wisdom, ooh, super smart stuff, like you get stuff like that. So you kind of decide what you want to do. You're not a main character, you're just a mercenary who's trying to survive. And there's a lot to do depending on your style. Like I said, you can be a bandit, you can be a noble, you can be just, I'm here to get paid and get goodies. That's up to you. There's a lot. There's a bunch of professions like tinker, alchemist, woodsman, cook, miner, or scholar, thief, blacksmith, and a bunch more. You know, there's bard, angler, which is your fisherman, and you can change those professions anytime you want. The only bad part is if you do, your progress in the previous profession is completely erased, right? So you definitely want to be able to. You don't want to do that because you want to try to keep, certain characters with that. You can have your captains of your mercenary band. You can have the lieutenants, which help. If you're a little camp, you start out with 1 horse, and then you can get start with 1 pony, but then you can get more. You can build up your small camp from just being a campfire to actually looking like a home, like we have over here. Which there's still a lot of work to do. You decide what you want to do. You can kind of help with region stories, where it's 2 factions fight against each other, and help certain faction win, be depending on the moral ground, or be it because you just want to see the world burn, or you just pick the faction that gives you the best stuff. Right? It's up to you. But since it is a little bit survival-ish game, not necessarily, you do have to worry about your gold, which is in top right, which unfortunately right now I'm a little lacking. It's right here. Right? Because your mercenaries will need to get paid every so often. And your food. Right? In order to get money, you just go to towns like this town, Korea, in county of Arthur's Kingdom of Adoran, or in other places you will see big towns. You go there, and you just obviously you wanna go to the inn, and in there you will have, where's this? A person, emissary, or whoever, they give you the quests, and you can do them. And it says like, oh, they're easy, hard, average. All right. not all the time you'll be able to see. If you, depending on what like playstyle you go, you might unlock assassination missions, right? This is assassination missions are more of your like bandit playthrough, right? Not necessarily bandit, but somebody who's not of a good moral standing, for lack of a better word, That's how you get paid. You do that stuff, then you come back, you turn in the quest to her. Right? You can also get money by selling the stuff that you make or loot up from the fights. Food can be acquired by hunting or killing the wildlife and getting food that way. But it can also be bought from the markets. You're also gonna need decent equipment for your people, so you can either loot her up from fights, which is gonna take a little bit because you're gonna need to defeat higher enemies in order to get better gear, or you can have a blacksmith and make them. But you're gonna need to learn. There's knowledge, so in order to get knowledge, you need to visit different things, do certain tasks that give you the knowledge point. There's also sometimes you'll find books, right? There's obviously more knowledge. No, I just hide the ones that I don't need. You have knowledge like where you can run for a certain amount of time, so you'll be able to get to places faster, run away from your pursuers. You can have where your people carry more, where you recruit for less, stuff like that. And depending if you what basic knowledge you get, will unlock certain advanced knowledges, and same thing from advanced to into a deep knowledge, right? And some of the rational thinking are the region based, right? You have like your smithing, which some of them require certain knowledge points or recipes, right? And there's a lot, as you can see. It's a lot, and I'm just scratching the surface. And here goes crafting your armor, right? If you have a blacksmith, you only be able to get just rags, and then you have to get points. You gotta have your blacksmith be an apprentice, then learn it, and so on. Journeyman, experienced, or experienced journeyman, and so on, and you be able to craft them. And the materials obviously go up with the difficulty. You can also be able to make a bunch of food because, just the milk only gives me 2 food, but if I make a empty, it's gonna give me more food. Also gives me better status, more happiness, blah blah blah. Right? So there's a lot more to it. And sometimes it doesn't teach you all of it, which is a little bit unfortunate, but there's just so much to do. The replayability of the game is pretty decent. Because, I want to be just a pure noble mercenary group, so to speak. Or I want to be a noble band of people. Or I want to be a more cutthroat, just be bandits. It's all up to you, so you can replay the game as much as you want. Right? But yeah, it's just so much to do. Which is like you have your normal fights, then you can visit tombs, which is like your little dungeons where you can't see anything and you need torches. And if your torches run out, your whole group leaves. It's just a lot. And the more you travel, you get fatigue. And in order to not have a fatigue, you're gonna have to rest, which is you go to your campfire, you use it, you put certain amount of food depending on how big your party is. You'll have to have certain food, and then same with pay. But it's where if you enjoy those type of management, kind of like XCOM, kind of like Baldur's Gate games, this is definitely a fun game. And you can assign your people to specific tasks. Like let's say you have a cook, right? And if I assign a cook, it will reduce my daily troop food consumption by 6. And recipes grant bonuses have 30% chance to be delicious, which makes them even better. So I assigned one of my people who is a cook to it, so you can get those bonuses. And you can do that. If you hover over it, it tells you what it does with bonuses and what it does if you assign a person. Like for a chest, if I assign the thief, it sells stolen items during the rest, which honestly I don't need to. I did try to be a a thief, but did not work out because I sucked. Right? But there's a lot to do, and definitely a game worth at least trying out. It's on Game Pass, so it's not gonna cost you anything if you already have Game Pass Ultimate. Like, it's definitely a fun game, so give it a try. Do let me know. I will be making some videos on it along with a few other games, so let me know what type of stuff you want to see. Obviously, I'll be doing some guides, maybe some kind of like builds, because if you look at your people, depending what you have, you might have a fighter, you might have a hunter, oh, poisoner, which is my ranger, right? You can have a bulwark, right? Fighter, like it depends on the specialization. You can have a spearman, stuff like that, and then you can get into specific of them to be like more of a protector, where they give protection to all units, or a fighter where they deal more damage, or a swordsman, and it will determine the equipment they can have, like medium helmets and armor for swordsman. For fighter, it's heavy, right? And it will determine also their like background, like if they're a bulwark, they will be more two-handed stuff primarily, or if they're swordman or fighter, they'll be one-handed with sword and shield. Same thing like hunter or archer is more obviously with archery versus a ranger, which is more with your dagger, and he can be like a poisoner. Like you see, like my ranger's only light armor he can wear, versus same with the archer, they're primarily light armor, but my fighter and bulwark are heavy armor and some medium. So it's up to you what you want to do, but you can develop also relationships in your camp. Like my character is adores Virain, and it helps. But you also can acquire negative relations, because, for example, like Dang shot Carl accidentally because he was a little too close. He missed. You'll get negative relations, and you can fix it. There's just a lot to do. I just want to do this quick video, which is over 10 minutes, but I do hope you all try the game. It's definitely fun. I am not sponsored, but yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I know I kind of rambled, but don't forget to stay awesome. And remember, if you can get to 500 subscribers, by November 12th, we'll be doing a $25 gift giveaway. And yes, this game is totally worth it, by the way. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.